Hello everyone, Noah here. With more Shadowlands info coming out, it seems to be 4 specific races might be actually playable by the players. As such, it's led to a number of questions which I feel I have some good guesses that could answer them. So, let us begin. Why? I see them being playable as endgame content, where the Arbiter believes there needs to be those who understand the balance to take a more active stance in the central plane, to make sure something like the Jailer's plans don't happen again, and makes a plea to the Covenants to have them send members. How? Spirits are able to interact with the central plane, and we have seen others who have crossed the veil before, if they are powerful enough. And considering what the players can do, it makes sense that they would be powerful enough. Of course, not all descendants of the Shadowlands will be able to cross the veil into the central plane, as thus they will have to rely on the mortal factions in order to provide the force if something like this was to happen again. This will lead us to where? Now, the obvious thing should be the Covenants being neutral, but there's apparently a rumor out there that after Pandaren, Blizzard aren't in the business of doing neutral races again. As such, I have thought 2 possible reasons why the Covenants would choose to commit to a specific faction. Number 1 would be relatability, where they could see most of this faction heading to their area of the Shadowlands. As such, they feel they can work closer to their element. An example, the Necrolords are said to be very warlike. As such, the warrior culture of the Horde would be a better fit. At the same time, it is more likely a Horde descendant would end up in Maldraxxus. Reason number 2 would be word of advice and counsel to the leader of the Covenant, who would ask those who have big influence in both the Central Plane as well as the Shadowlands. For example, if the leader of the Bastion, Kyristia, hope that's how that's pronounced, would ask Uther who he believes would be the best for them to support, he's obviously going to say the Alliance. I have basically answered who in the where part and when in the why part, which leads us to our final part. What? The racial features and classes I can see the races bringing. Now, the racial seem to be obviously related to that of what you would be aligning with in their covenant. With so much still needing to be added, I say this will be a wait and see. As for classes, well, the warrior and hunter are an obvious, as all races have them. As for some unique, I figured they would all have at least one unique class, with then some being shared amongst them. This is how I figured each one of them would be. The Necrolord would be warrior, hunter, monk, mage, warlock. The Venthyr would be warrior, hunter, rogue, warlock, priest. The Kyrian would be warrior, paladin, hunter, shaman, and priest. Vaughn, warrior, hunter, shaman, monk, druid. Of course, there is a high chance of us diving into more realms of the Shadowlands, making a lot of this moot. But for the time being, this is what I guess should happen. Although, I feel like 5 classes seem to be a bit small for a race to have, considering the modern times they're in. But, honestly, what else could be used? Try to keep updated with my channel, as I will be going into how I see Blizzard could do the Necromancer class. Alright, this is it. If you enjoyed the ideas in this video, please do share. It gets word out better. If there's something you didn't like or didn't understand, and just comment below. I will get back to you as soon as I can. And yeah, take care everyone and stay healthy in these times.